Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for dropping in. So quick update on the Duster build. So it is day 26 of the 30-day push to get the Duster on the road, and it's a mess. It's nowhere near getting on the road in 4 days, but that's all right. We still made some good progress. Let me talk you guys through a couple of issues that we've run into and a few things that we are able to check off the list. So let's start over on the brakes. All right, so got our brakes all set up. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I believe brakes are finally done. So I did go ahead and buy a brake line kit. So I ended up going with inline tube, made the whole kit for it, and that was actually super helpful. It was really good kit, solid, everything fit up well, everything was bent right. The only couple issues that I had where I ended up needing to go and find an adapter for the front here. I believe this is for the rears. And then I just had some leaks. So as I was bleeding the whole system out, had a couple leaks, and it just took a long time to actually bleed the whole system and make sure that I had good brake pressure. But that one's finally done. I gave you guys a little bit of a peek already, my crusty old drive shaft. So originally I was looking at buying a new drive shaft, and then I decided I was spending too much money on other stuff. So I refurbished ours. So I went ahead and refurbished the one I had, and I think it came out pretty snazzy. I took a little bit of extra time just to make sure that I liked it. So complete with a little sticker for kicks. I'm sure it'll be filthy soon, but whatever. You gotta enjoy what you're working on. Next, getting into the cooling system. So I'm running a ECP Engineered Cooled Products radiator. So this is the one for this car. Unfortunately, I've run into a couple of fit issues on it. So a little bit of a pain. I do think that this is a good performing radiator at a good price, so I'm fighting through these fit issues versus sending it back. So first off, the mounting bracket was not right. So let me show you the original one. Now the outer dimensions are about the same, so it should fit. But the problem is the mounting bracket. So you can see right here, you know, I'm like a good 3 inches, 4 inches below from my first hole. And if I go over, if I show you on this new one, you know, it's not, that first hole is way up high. It just straight up doesn't fit. So I'm crashing down on the bottom. And then I tried some other, you know, put it in this other hole, didn't fit there, it was just sticking up too high. So what I ended up having to do is just modify the bracket. So I punched a new hole in it, and then unfortunately the second hole is also not lining up at all. And then what I think I'm gonna do is just probably use a little nut and bolt with a little washer space or something, just to get 4 bolts into it versus having the 2. I have the 2 top ones in just to get it in place. So that's fit issue number 1. Fit issue number 2 is the fan. You can see it just barely interferes. What I think I'm gonna have to do here, just because this is just part of the plastic shroud, and as long as it's not interfering that much, I think I'm just gonna come in here and just sand away enough of these fins to be able to sink it down in there and turn it over, make sure I have enough clearance all the way around. And I think that's gonna have to be good enough. It's a little bit annoying to have to work through these, but it's kind of par for the course. Every little thing you run into, unfortunately, doesn't go easy. There's always little details that get you. Shocks, I got the rear shocks. Got the rear shocks up on here. Actually had the kids help me with that, so we got those torqued in. Got the kids back. So the reason I was able to do 30-day push is because the kids were out of town. They're out on vacation for 20 of the 30 days. They got back a few days ago. So now I have a lot more help and a lot more responsibility. So things are a little slower, but hey, I'm happy to have them back. Also dropped a video of us testing out the horn. If you guys didn't see that, that was a couple days ago. A lot of fun there. All right, so let's see where we're at here. Have not even started the electrical. Lights, all that will go into the electrical. I think I know what I'm gonna do there, but still working through that. Brakes, this is a big one, being able to cross that off the list. The fuel tank line, I'm missing just a couple little gaskets and stuff to get that done, but that one shouldn't be too bad. You know, famous last words. Gauges and stuff, that's when I do the electrical. Cooling system, that's what I'm working on right now. The trans lines, I picked those up from inline tubes, so once I get the radiator finished up in place, I think you can see it does have the cooling attachments that are in the same place as the stock one, so those should be easy. Hopefully, alignment we're gonna do later. Drive shaft, all done. That one actually was easier than I expected. I thought it was gonna be a little more trouble. I had never done those U-joints before, but it actually went pretty easy. So, wheels and tires, good except for the spare. I need to get a spare. This weekend we're going to be working on the linkages. Shifter linkages is kind of the plan for the weekend. Glass, seals, hood, other body work. Honestly, that's going to be later. So first, if I can just get it and go for a quick drive with no body parts on it, that'll be kind of the, you know, drive around the block sometime in the next, hopefully 2 weeks, week to 2 weeks. And then I'll have a few more weeks because the actual race isn't until the end of September. I do want to get this car like fully built up and some drive time, miles in, preferably 1 or 2 track test and tunes before we go out there. But you know, we just go as fast as we can. Yeah, lots more to do, but it's coming along, fighting through it. But yeah, so thank you guys for checking in. Appreciate the comments, appreciate all the support. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.